name is Barbara. I did not record a worship service for you because I don't lead worship. I used to do youth worship. I used to lead youth worship, but I don't lead that anymore. We left the church, so I don't do that. But I did do one of these. Towards the end of the video, I'll go over that because I want to focus on this. So if I look down, it's because I have my notes here. So I don't miss anything or anything with it. If I do miss something, I'm so sorry. It's not my intention. So first thing is enhancing worship. Dr. Stephen Mueller has said that we are supposed to serve the people. That is true. Our giftings are given to us not to serve ourselves, but to serve God and others. 1 Peter 4:10 states, as each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied gift. God gives us gifts to serve one another. God gives us gifts to help people. Some people have a heart for worship. Some people have a heart for outreach. Some people have a heart to go to third world countries. That is a gift that God has given to everyone. We need to have an open mind and an open heart when leading worship. We are the examples. If we are closed off to what we think God can do or what we think, God wants us to do, then we're just going to be in a stalemate. And chances are, you can be sitting in the pews for most of your life before you get into ministry because you're not willing to have an open mind to God. You're not willing to open your heart to what God wants. It's not what you want, it's what God wants. We need to be able to lead worship, not be worship. We're not worship. Worship is glorifying God, not us glorifying ourselves. God does use us to worship, but again, we're not worship. God's worship. We need to worship God, not ourselves. So building a team. I've had to build a team from scratch in the past. Not the funnest thing, especially when you have somebody who is trying to help you, but then they take it and it's like, well, I'm going to put this person in and that person in, and you don't know if they can sing. You don't know if they can play anything because the person doesn't come to you. It is important to utilize people in your church. Everybody has a gifting. You'll be surprised at how many people have musical giftings if you place it out there to your congregation. Hey, if you have a gifting, we're going to meet here. Bring your instrument and you can try out. Not many people do that. Excuse me, sorry. James 1:17 says, every good gift is and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadows due to change. Romans 11:29, for the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. God's calling is not going to be replaced. You can't just not answer the call. No, you can. I can't say that you can't. You can. But again, what's the use? There's no use in doing that because it's going to always be there. God's gift, any gift that you have is from God. So you can't really just be like, I'm just not going to use it because... Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't know why I did that. You can't just not use... Well, you can, but again, you don't want to because then you're not helping serve other people. You're not helping bring God's word to the world around you. Vocal health is something that I never knew of. I really have never known of it. I don't know why it keeps going dark. I grew up around music groups, with music groups like Eddie and the Noitons and Heart Song. My grandmother and my cousin and her family friend started Heart Song. I'm sorry, I know I'm saying a lot. It is important if you do not maintain your vocal health, you can damage it. Vocal health is very important because if you don't utilize it, you will damage it. There's numerous things that you can do to help maintain it, like drinking water. I always drink water, but again, I didn't know that was helping. Next would be caffeine-free tea using humidifier. I never even thought about humidifier. I never even had one. And not overuse your voice. I'm a teacher. Talk loudly. I don't yell. When I yell, the kids know they're in trouble. I talk loudly. Let's just face it, I talk loudly. I repeat myself 100 times a day. It's just what happens when you're a teacher. That's why when I come home, I try not to speak as much. I try to give myself some time to rest and relax. Practicing what you preach. This is something that has always been taught in my household. Lead as you want to be led. You need to lead like children are watching you. Because let's face it, when you are a leader, everybody else is your child. They watch you. You know, you can't tell somebody to throw out the trash if you're not willing to throw it out yourself. You can't tell somebody to move a monitor if you're not willing to help. You just can't. You gotta lead the way you want to be led. It's just so many times you get people who are like, well, I'm the leader. I'm the worship leader. So it's going my way or it's no way. And that's not the case because God says it's His way. It's not our way. It's God's way. Adding instruments. This is something I've always believed in doing. Like, if you have a gifting, you should be being used in your church. I mean, I can't force you to stand there and be like, yeah, no, you're going to be on the worship. I can't do that. But if you have a gifting for it, then you should be used. You know? Expand what you have. You should be expanding what you have. There's no reason why if you're doing a song like All Things Are Possible, heck, why can't you have a saxophone? Like, who said you have to stick to the norm of a guitar, a piano, keys, and the drums? Who says you have to stick to that? Because you don't. You know, there are people who can play the flute or the trombone. Let them be able to join in. It is okay to add instruments to the team. It's okay. You know, sometimes it can be beneficial. Sometimes it can help the worship. Sometimes it can help some people stay on track. Me, when I'm in the back doing the AVL work, I use the drums to keep me on track, the beat of the drums. Because I can't hear the acoustic. And someone has to keep the singers on track. Doing pro presenter, that's my job. We don't know where God has us leading. We don't know where God has us going. We don't know what God has in store for us. So you want to be able to utilize people. You need to be able to teach yourself out of a job. Utilizing members of the congregation is basically that, teaching yourself out of a job. So that said, I was taught by my old worship leader, who's a dear friend of mine, how to do this sheet. So I'm just going to go over it with you. I'm going to go over the 10 minutes, hopefully not by much. So my church always does music pre and post service, and they also do countdown. So I put that up there just because of that reason. Opening prayer should always be done because you should be asking God to come down. You should be asking God to come in, just fill the place with His Spirit. I kind of chose songs that I felt kind of went with the theme, which I put was a new normal. So one is great things, because God can do great things. Why can't He? For that, like, okay, lights down. You know, you don't want to be worshiping with the lights on. So lights down, background up, stage lights up. Stage lights should be matching the background. Transition. So whoever's leading the next song. Next I put King of Kings by Hillsong. Lights again. Stage lights should match background. That way it's not too busy. So it's not that people are looking at the background or stuff. They're worshiping. Then Beautiful by Paul. I feel like this is a song that you can really, really get into with worshiping God. And then I put Dismissal of Children. Prayer, you know, with that, you should have, after the pastor comes up, the singers will take a step back. Lights go down, lights go to a dim, and stage lights go subtle, and there's no vocals, but the band is still playing, but they're playing quietly and soft, not quietly, but softly. And then there's Dismissal of Children. And then we move into the sermon portion, where it's prayer first, and then the sermon, and then it's the close of prayer and salvation prayer. Salvation prayer is very important, because each week you can have, even if it's one person, you don't want to miss that one opportunity for that one person to give their life to God. You have tithes and offering. And then I put down King of Kings. So this would be, again, the chorus, and if there's time, the bridge. And again, lights will match, the background will match the stage lights. No, stage lights will match the background. And again, people are going to come and go. So you don't want to really put the lights down. And then a closing prayer, which will be dismissing the people to go and worship God. Go for the week, and then music from the iPod. I know this is like 2 minutes over. I'm sorry for that. But I hope you are blessed and be safe. Thank you.